Find the equation of the ellipse with foci at plus or minus 8, 0, and eccentricity, e equals 4/5, and sketch its graph. First, we're told where the foci are, so we can plot those. They're at plus or minus 8, 0. So we've got one at 8, 0, and one at negative 8, 0. And we can see that this is an ellipse that's centered at the origin, and it's going to be one that's wider than it is tall because the foci are to the left and the right on the x-axis. So we know this is going to have an equation, x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1. And we know that the eccentricity is 4/5. But remember that the eccentricity is the ratio of C to A. So we have 4/5 equals C over A. And because the foci are 8 units away from the center, that means that the value of C is 8. So this proportion becomes 4/5 equals 8 over A. We can solve this by cross-multiplying. 4 times A equals 5 times 8, which is 40. We divide both sides by 4 to get A equals 10. So this tells us a couple of things. First of all, because A is 10, that means A squared is 100. So it's going to be x squared over 100 plus y squared over something equals 1. But it also tells us that the vertices are going to be at 10, 0 and negative 10, 0. So those are going to be right there. Now the last thing we need to do is find the value of b, which is going to tell us what the y-intercepts are going to be. And we know that b squared equals a squared minus c squared. A is equal to 10, so a squared is 100. And c is equal to 8, so c squared is 64. 100 minus 64 is 36. And when we take the square root, we get b equals 6. So that tells us two things. First of all, our y-intercepts are going to be at plus or minus 6. And then also the denominator on the y squared is b squared, which is 36. So here we have the equation of the ellipse. And once we have the intercepts on the xy plane, we can draw our ellipse by connecting the dots as best we can. It's probably one of the better ellipses I've drawn lately. And so that is our graph, and we have our equation, and we are good to go.